welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 66, Games for Gold. In this episode, we have the big Dead Island Syndrome debate. JfG Ash brings back a fan favourite section. JfG Alex gets zombified in the quiz. We have little to no news due to an E3 hangover. And finally, the Funk wants to know where his penny's going this year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No sign of that peeping Tom this week, buddy.
Ah, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm not doing it anyway. I'm not saying my normal thing. I can't be bothered.
Okay, let's just keep talking. What you been doing, buddy?
No, I'm gonna do it.
No, I don't. I don't want to. I'm gonna cut it out.
Don't cut it out.
I'm gonna cut it out. I'm just gonna go straight into
Don't cut me out.
I'm gonna cut you up like them electro girls.
No, I'm doing it. Here we go.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just thought I'd put you off.
It worked.
Yep, well done.
Yep. Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 66. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing there?
I'm good, buddy. You sound incredibly strange using this weird technology phone thing that you're doing. It's totally throwing me off my game, and I'm not sure about it. I mean, to everyone else, you will sound exactly the same after editing this podcast, but right now, I don't know, you sound like you're in a bit of a tunnel, and there's a bit of a wind behind you. It's, I can live with it, but...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I've got two phones. I've got a new phone, a newer phone.
You have two phones. Duh, la-dee-da.
I've got a new phone with my £10 a month contract, which, was clearly a piece of shit. All that it seems to be good at is Skype video calls. So I've had it gaffer taped to a microphone stand for the last... however long we've been video recording.
A while.
Where it's been completely behaving itself up until this evening when the headphone jack socket doesn't seem to work anymore. So I've had to revert to the other awful phone that I own, the one that I carry around with me all day.
Oh, dear. Terrible.
And that one's 4 years old. It's got a terrible camera on it. I think I'm at about 3 frames a second.
Yeah,
on YouTube
it's beautiful,
Yeah.
It's like I can't even see you there.
It's something, but
Gibbons,
I sound different as well, which is lovely.
Not to everyone else, though, buddy. So we're all good
God, no.
there. Everything is la-di-da-di-da-da-di, I would say. So,
Innit?
What's the score?
Not a lot, to be honest. You been up to anything? Regale me.
I watched the football. I mean, that's where I was going with what's the score, buddy.
2-1 to Iceland is the score, buddy.
That happened. I mean,
Yeah.
We could probably spend an hour and a half just ripping into that, but we won't.
Maybe we should do that. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if you want to, we could go there.
Not really.
I mean,
No.
I've complained about it enough over the past couple of days. I think I'm all done with how shit we are at football.
Yeah.
That will happen.
Wasn't pretty, was it, to be honest?
No, it was not good at all. It ruined my Monday evening, I must say. It was toilet. But Monday evening, after that, played some PES, buddy. That's been loads of fun. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Really enjoying that.
Really good.
Yeah, man. It's been good. So, things that I've been doing this week, buddy, which have been super exciting. We've got... You got me working back on this media PC thing again. When I nabbed, I don't know, it must have been about a month or so ago, one of my co-workers just gave me like an old like Pentium 4 PC, but he also gave me this like Philips like Media Center, which is like, it ran Windows XP Media Center. So I mean, it's pretty old and dog shit. It's got like, it's got a Pentium 4 and I think about just under 2 gigs of RAM, like 1.75 gig of RAM, I think, which is weird. But it's got like a 200 gig hard drive in it, which is probably rubbish because, it'd be much better to have like a smaller solid state one in there. But anyway, yeah, I got Windows 7 running on it, and yeah, it seems to work really well as like a media PC. But so I installed like the standard stuff like Kodi. I installed Steam on there so I could do like Steam Link, which I've tested it out and works really well because obviously over the wide connection you get a beautiful link there, it's the same thing as like PS Remote Play kind of thing. Where you can play it on
so you just need
device.
something with the beans to play video, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Didn't realise that the PS4 Remote Play Windows app doesn't work on Windows 7, mate. You have to have Windows 8.1 or above. How rubbish is that? Yeah, seriously. I was like, what? Like, Windows 7 is like probably the most common, I would say, out of all the operating systems. But yeah, so yeah, that's gonna have to go in the bin, and I'm really gonna just start saving some money. I'm just gonna buy like I'm just gonna build like a small PC and put it in the living room because I just love it. I love having a computer hooked up to my big telly. I'm just like, yeah, boom, off I go.
It sounds like building from scratch is your best bet. Like, it's the only way that you're going to get something that does everything you want it to, and it's also like small as well.
And I've been thinking, like, if I get one of like these like mini ITX boards with like a graphics card like slot in there, I could always, when I do eventually upgrade my graphics card, because AMD's new one has popped out. Well, reviews of it have popped out today. And I think it's like the 480. I think the RX 480. Yeah, the new one's like, and it looks pretty impressive. It's on roughly a bit below the GTX 1070, which is the lower priced Nvidia card, but that's still like £300-400. But this ATI card or whatever, it's only going to be about 220 quid. I'm thinking,
I mean, that's pretty cheap for new like GPU. Isn't it?
And they're saying like if you crossfire them, like have 2 of them in, like it's going to be better than a GTX 1080 at and that's only like 450 quid, whereas like the GTX 1080 is like £500-600. So it's like, ooh, hello.
So they're really going for the jugular there, then ATI. Like, that's
like,
AMD,
and they're saying like this thing is a cheap way to get into VR as well, which is nice to see. So you never know, like Phil motherfucking Spencer, they might have been right with the old 6 teraflops and shit. Who knows? Crazy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Digital Foundry did say a little bit about that, didn't they?
Yeah,
in the report,
Gibbons.
They said, there's plenty of room for streamlining and improvements in the existing hardware.
Yeah,
considering the Scorpio isn't out for 18 months, then that's completely viable, isn't it?
Gibbons, buddy. I have been freezing food this week. For some reason, I've avoided freezing food for at least 31 years of my life. Being all of it, and for some reason, just I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but we always buy too much food because we're a family of 5, but like the kids don't eat lots, and like so you're always left with like leftovers. So what we've been doing now, just cooking everything, and then like splitting it into like portions, and then freezing like a box of it, being like, yep, we'll have that like next week. It's ace.
It's good shit, man. And I, I've been doing a lot of Italian cooking recently, and a lot of the recipe books that I read, they suggest that stuff like meat sauces for meatballs and spaghetti bolognese and that sort of thing, it actually improves them to freeze them and leave them for a couple of weeks.
There you go. Tactical. So, tactical freezing, buddy. That's what it's all about.
Lets it percolate,
La-di-da, indeed. I have an update on my Chinese tablet, which I shipped off to China 27 days ago, buddy.
Tablet watch.
Tablet watch, okay. Jesus. I don't know if I'm going to make a jingle for that, but...
Tablet watch.
That's it, it's just that. That is it.
Maybe
Just
I'll
chuck
put
a massive reverb tail.
Yeah,
on that
exactly. I'll do that. That's fine. Yeah, they've received it apparently. I sent them a message 2 days ago saying hey, it's been 20 days since I sent it. Have you received it? And they're like, yeah, we got it. I don't know if they did or not, but they replied saying yeah, and they're gonna send me a new one. I was like, sweet. Unfortunately,
nice.
They didn't give me the money to buy whatever I want. They're just going to replace it. But I'm happy with that, seeing as I sent it on the basis of me thinking that's gone. I'm never seeing that again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool, buddy. I'll have a new old tablet turn up in about a month or two, because I'll probably forget about it. But yeah.
Nice. Because we're gonna need to start getting into some Civ soon with the game night boys, so that'll be cool when that comes back as well. Yeah, definitely. And I'm really looking forward to playing Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, buddy. I'm gonna have to get that on it. Gonna have to do it just for the funk. He needs it. He needs that in his life.
He does. So he needs someone to absolutely smash, and I feel like I can be that guy. I feel like I've got the beans to do that. Other news this week, I've got a lot to get through. I didn't think I had. I was sitting there today once again, having my work crap, getting paid to shit. I love doing it. Thinking, what have I done this week?
Textbook.
There's been talk of Destiny, buddy, of all things, this week. Yeah, buddy, I'm well excited. I know you are.
No.
No? Oh. But anyway, yeah, JJ's like, yeah, you guys haven't done the raid. You should do that. That's the best part of Destiny. And I was like, that sounds good. He sent me a picture of his character list, and he's got he hasn't played it since before the Taken King, so he's got all 3 guys up to level 34. And I was like, yeah, you played this quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that JJ had even played Destiny at all. We've never spoken about it before, have
totally
we?
Not.
So,
but yeah, I had a look on his YouTube channel as well. He sent me some links to some of the stuff he did. It was pretty cool. Some of the videos he put on there. It was funny.
Nice.
And yeah, so possibly we might be doing a Destiny raid, buddy, because I know you love that shit.
Yeah, we need more of us though, don't we? Than 3.
He says he might have a couple of people lined up as well to do it.
Nice. Okay.
So,
well, yeah, I am vaguely interested then.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. It should be cool. Now, for some reason, you've written this word underneath my list, and I don't know what it is.
It's been such a long time, buddy.
Well, thank fuck I have an update as of literally today, Wednesday, the 29th of whatever month we're in. Who cares?
I'm so excited.
On Patio Chat, buddy.
Yeah!
Welcome to Patio Chat with your favorite hosts, JfG Ash, JfG Alex. Patio all the time.
I have purchased the final 28 slabs for the patio.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. So they are getting delivered next week. Obviously, I won't be doing any work that weekend after they get delivered, because that's the Shunt reunion weekend, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
So
cool.
no patio in that week. But the week after, I'll be in there, hopefully finish off the patio. There's still loads to do down there, though, so don't worry. There will be more updates to come in later time.
To do with the patio?
Well, I can call it patio chat. It's like garden stuff. I'll be building a shed on the patio, maybe looking at garden furniture, maybe cleaning the patio,
Nice.
Any reason to get that theme tune.
Gardener's
in there, really.
Question time.
Maybe. I don't think that's a good way to go, but yeah. If you really want to talk about some sort of gardening, we can do that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So yeah, that's my week, buddy-ish, I guess. What about you?
Yeah, I've done fuck all, mate. Been watching loads of sport. Been doing the same thing I've been doing the last couple of weeks, really. I went out for a meal. It was one of the most average meals I've ever had. The food was all right. The service was atrocious, but it was this. It's a Bella Italia, and the first time I ever went to this one, we walked in and there were like 5 tables available, and they were like, "Oh, it's going to be a 20-minute wait, I'm afraid." And we sort of looked around baffled and were like, "Okay, all right then."
Nice.
Wondering if perhaps the server was like demented or something and could see
blind.
like people there. I don't know, but it was fine because they said, "Can we get you some drinks while you wait?" And then they forgot to charge us for those drinks, buddy, at the end.
Ah, champion. Nice.
So that was the first time I went there. So I went back there again this week, buddy, and I had an identical experience. I was served by the same woman. They gave us drinks again and didn't charge us for them. It was
that's weird. They're going to lose quite a bit of money if they do that. Like to everyone.
Well, the missus had a cocktail and I had a pint, and it was I think it was like £9.50, £10, something like that. We already had like a 40% off food voucher, so yeah, it was stupidly cheap.
That's
and the food was great, but a perfect example of this place. Like we went in there and she took our order, and then she was like, "Kitchen's slow tonight, but I'll see what I can do."
What? Why would you say that? That's like
we were like, "Thanks,
that's
great
like,
work."
I don't know, taking your car to the garage and then being like, "Put me back out. I might not get it done today."
Yeah.
Like, what? I've booked it in for this amount of time today. Surely you can get the job done.
I was going to say, bank account's not looking too good, love, but I'll see what I can do when the bill comes.
Nice. Oh, dear.
So, yeah, that's pretty special.
Indeed.
Other than that, buddy, I've recently retaken up some yogging. I've been doing some woodland yogging in the woods.
See, I read that as yogaing at a quick glance, and I was like, he's been yogaing in the woods.
I've been doing yoga, but I insist on only doing it in public.
Yeah. I was like, this guy is crazy right now. Nice. I like it. A bit of yogging, buddy.
I haven't done any vigorous exercise for a very long time because I used to run quite a lot and really enjoyed it, and then I got like a slipped disc, and I was basically
gonna slow you down.
I spent like 4 months unable to walk, so that was good. And that was like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's taken till now for me to sort of pluck up the courage to actually do some light exercise again.
Nice.
I'm like, I should probably do something. So yeah, it's going well. I've got that feeling when you haven't exercised for ages and then you do it for like 2 days in a row and everything just hurts.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
That won't last long, buddy.
That means it's working, apparently, which I think is bollocks.
Yeah. That's either that means it's working or it's your body telling you just stop it.
Just don't fucking
Fuck
don't do this.
Doing?
This is a bad idea.
Yeah. But yes, anyway. Yeah, that's me, to be honest. Just been watching football, playing some games.
Nice, buddy.
So maybe we should talk about some games, shall we?
Let's do that.
So as someone who played things other than what we played last week this week, buddy, do you want to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, sure, buddy. Like I said last week, I was hankering for some Battlefield and shooting dudes. So on, I think it was on game night, actually, while I was just waiting for people to whatever and get together right now, I guess. I played some Battlefront, which I really enjoyed. But mainly, I played some Battlefield 4, and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. I found these noob servers. I was like, I can get on that. Like, my rank's like 10 or something. And yeah, I managed to get on there, and I wasn't getting killed every like 5 seconds. Like, I got in some kind of vehicle. I can't remember which one. Like the one which takes all the people around. Some dude was driving it. I was in like the little machine gun on top. Just absolutely rinsed it. It was wicked. Ended up playing a lot of Conquest. And I think I prefer that to Rush, to be honest, because it's like what we used to play in Battlefield 1943. And I still remember playing that game a lot. And it was Mainly, it was the Conquest and that, because I don't think that had Rush in it, did it?
Yeah, no, I think it was... I can't remember if there was a sort of semi-esque version of Rush, but yeah, Conquest, I feel exactly the same. We're actually going to talk about that game later as well, buddy. But yeah, I much prefer Conquest as well, because when you're doing Rush, you can get these sort of... Yes, exactly. Yes. Whereas Conquest, you can sneak in and get a different point.
And I feel like, I just want to play more Battlefield Conquest mode.
Okay, I'm up for that. I'm absolutely up for that.
It was so much fun. It just felt so open. I favorited the server as well. So if it's still running or if it's still up, we can get on it, because we're both minion people on that, so we should be fine.
Yeah, totally.
Nice. But yeah, apart from Battlefront and Battlefield 4, buddy, we've just played the same games, which is the same as last week. What do you want to say about them?
Yeah, not a lot, really. There's not much to say. I've just kind of got into a bit of a groove over the last couple of weeks. Nothing new has been coming out, where I've just been playing lots of PES.
Yes.
I've started doing some of the Become a Legend. After you were talking about it before, I thought, oh yeah, I'll get into that a little bit. And I'm enjoying that. I played through the first half of the season at Norwich. I've just moved to Atletico Madrid for the second half of the season.
Ooh,
so
nice.
yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And we've been playing some really good stuff together as well with the old Shareplay. That's been good fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know what? We give it a bash in old Shareplay because it's a bit toilet, but like I said, 95% of the time, I'm not complaining. It runs smoothly enough on our connections, which is good. I mean, yeah, it is like playing a bit like in Fog, or sometimes in Soup.
Yeah.
But if that's what it has to be for us to play our co-op career, then I'm more than happy to sacrifice that kind of sheen, I would say, just to have so much fun. Yeah, you do. You do get used to it, and if I fuck it up and I know it's my fault, I'd be like, fucking Shareplay. Just blame Shareplay. Just blame the lag.
It's been good, man, and we're well over halfway through a season there as well.
Yeah, we've strengthened our team in the January window pretty well, I would say. Getting what's his name? What's his name? Star Trek guy.
Oh, LeVar Burton.
There you go. That was it. Yeah, LeVar Burton, buddy. Beautiful.
Yeah, we picked up. I can't remember what the name of the player was now, but he looks exactly like LeVar Burton as far as we're concerned.
Image of LeVar Burton, though, isn't it, buddy?
On Football Manager, you can give players you can rename them with nicknames, which is always a really fun thing to do. And it'd be nice if there was an option to do that on PES.
Yeah,
but
true.
Yeah,
could we not create a whole team of custom characters? But then that would take forever, I guess.
We could.
In the long run, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Snoop Dogg as well.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. He's all over it.
Kalichi Iheanacho, who looks a lot like Snoop Dogg on PES. Snoop Dogg. And yeah, buddy, I'm just really enjoying my football game at the moment. I'm looking forward to the new ones coming out later this year. Still don't know which one we're going to get on there, though. We'll have to wait and see. I've been tempted a couple of times by last year's FIFA because I kind of missed the fact that we used to be able to stat up our pro clubs players. But I know that the moment we got it, we'd remember how terrible it was and everyone would be an afro. And especially at this time of year, it'd just be the worst
right now
thing
is
ever.
the worst time of year to do it. But yeah. What about GTA, buddy? You got anything to say about that? Apart from it's
not really, just been
fun.
pottering about on GTA. I think I've just been a really lazy gamer for the last couple of weeks. I can't be bothered to get my teeth into anything, so I'm just kind of turning on stuff that doesn't require a great deal of concentration. And I'm finding that really fun, to be honest, just dicking about and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
I know 7 Days to Die is out this week, and we've been having a little look at that, haven't we? But we're a little bit skeptical about its
I saw
the build quality there,
and it looks a bit ropey. Apparently, it still looks like an early access game from 2013, which isn't good.
I'm pretty sure that that's out in the States already.
Oh, okay.
On the consoles, because I think Yeah, who was it? I think it was Mel Gibson's Soul was playing it. He was on my friends list playing it the night before last.
Oh, okay,
So-
yeah. It might come out on the Tuesday or something, on the 28th or something there.
Yeah, it'd be good to hear from Mel if he has got that, and yeah, because I'm worried about buying it, to be honest. I mean, it's also just hit the Steam sale, like you were saying, you were expecting it to be
it
like
went in the
under
Steam
a
sale,
tenner.
didn't it, this week?
It's like £7 on PC now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I know. But yeah, once again, we were just going off when Mel Gibson's Soul sent us an invite again to GTA. So it's not you, buddy, it's us. We
It
just
is.
can't stay up later.
It's our time zone is the real problem there.
But next time that we boot up GTA on like a Sunday, I'll send you a message straight away or something.
yeah, that sounds good. Just ping him an invite instantly, and then he'll know that we're about.
Yeah, cool. Apart from that, buddy, you got anything else that you've been playing? Anything?
No,
anywhere?
I'm excited about next week's PS Plus games, which we'll get to later on.
Gibbons.
But other than that, no, that's me done, buddy.
Cool, me too.
And now it's time for the news.
The news.
The news. The news.
Fucking news.
Number one.
Number one.
Slim pickings. There's nothing going on because of all the E3 shenanigans from like a week or two ago. There's just nothing. It's like
It's all dried up,
vacuum.
buddy. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I've got a few little bits and bobs. So here we go. Firstly, there's a new free game coming to PS4 on the 12th of July from the guys who make MLB The Show, although it's got nothing to do with sports in any way. This is a game called Kill Strain. It is an isometric twin-stick shooter, and it's a deathmatch PvP game with 3 teams. 2 teams of humans and 1 team of aliens. But the alien team can turn the human team like one way or the other. So it's like a PvP game where you're fighting for one team and then you could suddenly be fighting for the other one. Which is the only reason I put it in the news, because that sounded really interesting to me. Normally I
it
wouldn't
definitely
just...
sounds interesting. I mean, the fact that it's free to play, it scares me immensely, but hell, we'll give it a go, buddy, and we will report on
I think
that
it
shit.
could be worth a look. Yeah, it just sounds really interesting. The idea that you could be playing for one faction and then suddenly you turn on your team because of the game mechanics. It's
Sounds
it's
funny,
interesting,
and it looks pretty cool. Like the art style of it and everything looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it does. It looks very nice. So yeah, I think that's out. Yeah, a couple of weeks time, and we'll probably be getting on that. We'll certainly mention it on the show when that comes out.
July 12th. I'm guessing from that.
That's
link.
right. Yeah, 12th of July. So yeah, number 2. The Xbox One official price reduction has happened on Xbox.com. You can now pick up in the UK the Xbox One for £200. That's with a 500 gig hard drive, an extra controller, and a copy of FIFA. All that for £200.
That's a good deal, buddy. I would say
It's a good price.
if you want an Xbox One, only if you want to buy an Xbox One, that's a good price.
Yeah, I mean it's a good price, except it'll be $150 in 2 or 3 months' time. Like that
Probably.
thing's just going to drop like a stone. Also
course it
worth
is.
noting, comically, the 360 is 200 on that site as well. They haven't reduced that in accordance.
You would have thought that would have gone down to
like
like £100 or something by now on their website.
exactly.
but
Like imagine paying $199 for an Xbox 360 in 2016.
That's
It's
crazy. That's
amazing.
absolutely insane. It's ridiculous. But yeah, like you say, in 3 months' time, like when the Xbox One S comes out or whenever that comes out, that thing's going to come down again in price. Surely has to.
Yeah,
and then
you
at
would have
Christmas
thought
time,
so.
Probably come down again. They'll probably be throwing them away soon, I reckon. Get them for free.
Yeah. Funny, I was looking at the Wii. I keep thinking the Wii must go down like really low in price, and it just isn't dropping.
What, the Wii
Like,
U?
it's-
I was going to say the Wii. You
Yes.
can get that for about
Yeah,
20
not the
quid
Wii.
now.
Yeah, no, the Wii U. Like,
Yeah.
I popped into Game the other day thinking that the Wii U must be like
It'd be like 80 quid. or something now.
Yeah, it's like 210
It's ridiculous.
for
Like
the bundle.
I
Like,
don't know, well,
it's
they
just-
haven't officially announced the NX, have they yet? Have they?
Yeah, they have. They've said it's coming.
They've
They
said it's
just
coming out,
haven't
but
said
nothing, no stats or anything to do with it, isn't it? It's
No,
just like, yeah, it's
no.
coming. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still not going to buy a Wii U ever in my life.
when. No.
Ever. Never, ever.
Talking
ever.
about the Xbox, though, if you're someone who hasn't jumped ship to the next gen consoles and isn't that interested in being at the absolute like ragged edge of modern invention,
Yeah.
then now's a great time to pick up an Xbox, especially if you're a 360 owner. Like with all the backwards compatibility, the fact
totally.
that, you know, the consoles are now old enough that you can get loads of like cheap game deals, like, you know, 3 for $30 or games for $10 and stuff. It's real good if you don't care about being like right at the forefront.
Yeah, or high definition or frame rate.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even notice any of that shit anyway, to be honest. So
True. You're absolutely right, buddy.
So yeah, there's that. Next, the Steam Summer Picnic Sale is live. I believe this is live until Monday, so provided you've listened to this podcast fairly early doors, then that sale is still on. But if you haven't, then yeah, you're out of luck there. But yeah, I picked out a few. There's 12,000 game reductions on this sale, and I've picked a few cheeky deals. For example, you can get the new Doom for £24 on there. That's a good deal. Tomb Raider, the reboot, is £3.74. Left 4 Dead 2 for £2.99. Bioshock Infinite for £4.99. These are all very good games at very competitive prices. So.
Yeah. I went on there the other day and I was like, I kind of fancy getting Oblivion and going through that again. Just because I haven't played that for years, and I was like, I enjoyed Skyrim so much. And yeah, crazy thing, buddy. Skyrim is cheaper than Oblivion.
Really?
Yeah, apparently so. Skyrim's like £5, but and Oblivion's like £7, but it is the Game of the Year edition. But still, £7. I was like, I'll pick it up for like a couple of quid, maybe. I was like, oh fuck, maybe not.
I'd imagine you could make Oblivion look real good with. There must be some good mods
Yeah,
there
definitely.
by now.
That's what I was thinking. You know, try and really get the most out of that game and be like, wow, I remember this. This looks way
that could
better.
be
now.
cool.
Yeah, I know. Just one of those things, buddy. I thought of. You know, crazy.
Nice.
Gibbons.
So yeah, that's the sale. The first of many on Steam, but some good bargains on there. New ones going on each day. It's not a major sale, but there's some good stuff on there. Worth having a look.
It's definitely the only time that you want to buy stuff off Steam in the sales.
Pretty much, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's almost worth like saving up sort of £100 for these sales when they come along, because you can literally pick up like 30 odd games. It's
Easily,
crazy.
yeah. You get loads. Very cool.
So finally, from me in the news, buddy, I've got a little bit of news about FIFA Ultimate Team from EA. This is kind of broken the last day or so, and still fairly early doors with the information. EA have said they're going to look into it, so at the moment I'm kind of just relying on a few little videos that I've seen. But this is the news that there is a monumental glitch in FIFA Ultimate Team that means the base cards that launched with the game are regularly more powerful and higher statted than cards that came out after the game's release. For example, Team of the Year cards and that sort of thing.
all the special edition cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could have a player who's an 82 from the base card pack, and you've got the chemistry from the setup of your team boosting him.
Yeah.
And then that same player could have had a cracking season and be an 85 now. And he will perform worse than the 82 card. Now,
It's crazy.
that's mental, and I'm not a FIFA player, and you might not think that I'd really give a shit about that, but it is worth noting that this is monetized.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
That's the
probably
big
why
thing
it's
about
such
this.
a big
Like,
deal.
people have chucked lots of money into this game mode, and you know, the thing is, people want to get those shiny cards because, one, it looks cool, and you're like, yeah, I've got the shiny cards. Check me out.
Yeah.
Big dick player. And yeah, those like special edition cards or whatever, like they are worse due to the chemistry stat, like you say. Like they're like, I'm trying to remember the word. It's like nerfed or whatever, but it's not. I can't remember what they said now.
Yeah,
like,
it's basically not getting the boost.
Yeah, and
the special cards aren't
crazy.
getting the boost of in chemistry that the base cards are. And as you say, like some of these cards. Bearing in mind, as we were talking, I think we mentioned last week, there is an online marketplace for these cards, and people spend a lot of real money on this stuff. The idea that all along, and they're talking about it perhaps going all the way back to FIFA 13, the idea that all along people are getting fucked, with real world purchases, like this could be a lot of trouble for EA Sports. So. As I said, it's a fairly raw story. I haven't got any more information than that at this point, but it's going to be one to certainly keep an eye on because it's the biggest game mode in any of the football games that comes out each year. People love this thing. And trouble is brewing, buddy, by the looks. So,
it's not good.
So yes, there we go. That's the news from me, buddy. So it's probably time to head into Ash's news favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favorite thing of the week.
Gibbons, buddy, and once again, the triangular triforce of ultimate power. Yeah.
We are spoilt.
3 folds. Not 2, not 4. Right, what do you want to start? I mean, I'm going to keep that one till last because that's probably my favourite. I'm going to go with this one right here. Battlefield 4 is getting a fresh lick of paint, buddy. Not graphics.
What's going on?
Yeah, so Battlefield 4 is getting a new UI, apparently. There you go. To make it look better. Yeah, so this is like earlier in the week I was like, I'm quite tempted to buy Hardline. Mainly because it's £4 and like a couple of other people bought it, but also this new UI that DICE are rolling out, it's going to be coming to Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, and Battlefield 1, and it's meant to like integrate all 3 games if you've got them obviously installed, and it's meant to make it easy to jump from one game to the other with your mates and stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. So like
it's cool.
It's linking all 3 games in one kind of master UI. Interesting, that.
Speaking of Hardline, I don't know if that offer's still on, is it? For the £4?
It's not on anymore, buddy. We'll get it next time when it goes down to £3.
Yeah, good shout. I was talking to a friend of the podcast, Dan, about it, and he was saying, the online, it reviewed poorly, is probably bad, but he was tucking into the episodes like the single player, and he was saying it's basically like playing CSI. Like he was saying it's really fun. Like it's just like a stupid cop drama, and if you just take it at face value, then it's really good fun. So
nice. So yeah, next time that goes in the sale, maybe we'll pick it up.
Maybe.
Not this time though. Next, buddy, Overwatch news. Take a guess how much money players of Overwatch have spent on game transactions in the month of May. In dollars.
$12 million.
I like where you're going with that. High numbers, buddy. Unfortunately, you were miles off. It's $269 million.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why? What for?
I don't know.
The skins and the emotes?
Yeah. They generated $269 million in revenues last month. There you go.
That's insane. Is that does that include like special editions and that sort of thing, or is that literally microtransactions?
I would tell you that, but I didn't read the full article.
But this is news favourite things of the week.
Don't expect that from me.
I forgot what section we were in.
From the title, it said in-game transactions, so I would say no, that doesn't include other shit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, right? What is that all about? Why are people retarded? I don't know. I don't get it. It's weird.
Madness.
I mean, you've bought the game for 50 quid, like $60, $70 or whatever, and then to chuck even more money at it? Like, that's just... No, just play the game. Jesus. Anyway. Third and final pillar of this triangular tripod. There you go, tripod, yeah. Of news.
The tripod, I like that.
It's the tripod of news. It's the strongest shape, buddy. You know, nothing's going to break it down. Skyrim Enderal Total Conversion. I think that's a Enderal Total Conversion is launching shortly. This is a 30 to 100 hours of gameplay add-on created by a bunch of Germans, buddy, for Skyrim, and it's a mod, really, and they've gone through, like, they've created all new landscapes, new storylines. What did they say? Like, not reasonable, like realistic, I think it was. So they're like, it's meant to fit in. Unfortunately, when it comes out, it is only going to be in German, obviously, but they are working on English localization, both fully voiced and, apparently using professionals as well, which is very cool. So that should be coming out later on after this is done. And one thing that might be quite cool, because this is a mod, buddy, it might even get onto consoles on the special edition.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to have mod support, isn't it?
Exactly. So, I mean, that would be mental if that happened. Because, this happens on PC quite a lot. It's not like it's like common. Like, it's still like a massive thing, like when it does happen. But, like the remakes of like Half-Life and stuff like that, people have spent countless amounts of hours like building those and everything. But for this to like possibly even come to consoles, like that's amazing. Seriously, I think that's wicked.
Yeah, wow, that's something. People love that game, don't they? They really do.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There was just something about it for me. Like, it just had everything I wanted. It was such a good world to like immerse yourself in, and all the different things you could do, like all the crafting and everything, was just wicked, and all the different factions all the fractions you could do, buddy. I love
so many
maths.
fractions.
Oh, it's amazing. Percentages, decimal points,
pie charts and trigonometry. Whoa,
the best mod ever. All the different factions you could join in and get, and like I don't know, it was just so in depth. It's just awesome. But yeah, sad news as well. Fucking bit more news. Fucking fourth bit of news even just came to me. Apparently Bethesda haven't even started work on next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I heard about that, and they said it's not. They'll start work on it when it's ready. There's rumors that they're working on 2 games that are as big as Fallout 4, both of them new IPs at the moment. So that's a reason to be excited, I suppose. But
I guess so. Yeah, I still want my next Elder Scrolls. Expedition.
The other thing out of Bethesda is that the Fallout 4 PS4 mods have been delayed indefinitely as well.
I know, right?
They've run into legal problems with Sony over them. So.
Yeah, it's not good. Fucking, that's 5 bits of news. What am I doing? Crazy. Anyway, that's enough for me. That's my news favourite things of the week, buddy.
Nice, buddy. Compelling and rich, and thank you very much. And that is the news. And now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
So what we got this week, buddy? Up, down, in, out, north, south, east, west, roundabout, left, right, other, opposites.
I'm hijacking this section, buddy, because it's not really a Fonz or Phoenix moment, but it kind of feels like the right place to put it. So I'm putting this in here. So rather than an up or a down, we're going to discuss Dead Island Syndrome.
It's about time. I've been waiting for this. I'm prepared.
Anyone who's a new listener to the podcast, Dead Island Syndrome originally began with the game Dead Island, which launched and was bang average, but launched in the summer drought, the sort of middle of the summer drought.
6th of September, buddy. That's
there you go. So it launched before the big stuff came out, sort of mid-October. It launched out all on its own. It had people were just clamoring. They've been waiting all summer for something.
You couldn't buy this. It was sold out everywhere. It was ridiculous.
It's stupid because it was a piece of shit. And
you bought it second hand, didn't you? At like near to full price. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I actually drove about 35 miles away to a Blockbuster Video because I was ringing Blockbuster Video stores asking them if they had it. It was the only place that had it was in a neighbouring town, so I actually drove over there to get it because everyone had it and it was 4-player co-op and I didn't want to miss the start of the adventure, buddy. So
like Borderlands.
Yeah, so I went and got it, and it was massive amounts of fun co-op, but frankly, a pretty poor game when it first launched. But yeah, did brilliantly, did fantastically well, sold millions of copies because it was in that Goldilocks zone, buddy, and therefore began Dead Island Syndrome. So the question becomes, what is 2016's Dead Island Syndrome game?
It's a tough question, buddy. So I've got a list of games coming out in August and September. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is quite strong, you know? Like, contenders of like actually decent games that are coming out. You got No Man's Sky. You got Ark Survival of the Fittest on PS4. You got Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, coming out on the 23rd of August. I mean, this is Wikipedia. This could be absolute bollocks, so, you know, who knows? You've got XCOM 2 coming to consoles on the 6th of September. You know, 6th of September. Magic Day, maybe? Who knows? Just saying. And yeah, like, I'm like, that's not a really bad drought there. You got a couple of good games, like, kicking about there. Well, hopefully good games anyway.
It's a tricky one because, yeah, as you say, like, if there's no drought being had, then there's no Dead Island Syndrome. You would probably say No Man's Sky would be the firm candidate, but it's just had too much hype. It can't be it. Like, Dead Island was kind of below the radar. They released a trailer which had nothing to do with the game whatsoever, and that kind of sprouted the hype. But we know too much about No Man's Sky, and it's too highly anticipated to take the mantle of Dead Island Syndrome.
True, but looking at July's releases, there is nothing in that
July
whatsoever.
is weak, so perhaps that's the month we need to pick the game from.
Well, I don't know. No Man's Sky is the first one out the bat after July, so I might.
It's the prime candidate.
Put me bets on that one. You know, I know it's like only coming out on like PS4 and I think Windows as well. Isn't it? At some point? I don't know. But, yeah, that's the one, I think, for me. I know it's not September, it's August, but, you know, it's the one where there's like a whole month with no new games coming out, and then suddenly, No Man's Sky, buddy.
I think the only other one that I would probably highlight, looking at the list of games, is that bottom one in August, Verdun.
Okay.
It's a remaster of a PC game that is got a huge, like, insular following, like a massive following, like, but isn't well known. It's a really tiny following, and people have been saying, including us, all this time, that there hasn't been there's never been a World War I shooter. It's one of the reasons people are excited about Battlefield 1. Well, there has been a World War I shooter, and that is it. Verdun.
Oh.
And that is a remaster coming out at the end of August on Xbox and PS4, a full 2 months before Battlefield 1. And you do wonder, with the sort of hype that's driven, perhaps that could be something people take a punt on. I don't believe it will be full price either. So, yeah, I mean, I would say an outside bet on that one, but it's difficult because, as you say, with Deus Ex, No Man's Sky, they'll have already come out, so you're kind of clear of the drought by that point anyway. But
and we got to
not
remember,
an exact science, is it, buddy?
No, we got to remember that this game has to be distinctly average as well. You know, it can't be a great game.
This is like a 3-year-old PC remaster, so there's every chance of that happening.
I like that, you know. So you're going to go for that, and I'm going to go for No Man's Sky.
I think I'll take it just out of vague interest and just to keep things interesting. I'll go with Verdun, yeah.
Okay, because last year it ended up being Until Dawn was the sleeper hit.
It was, yeah, very much so. Probably deserves a bit more credit, to be honest. Like, that game's really good. We're seeing each other next weekend. I'm going to give that to you so that you can give that a go.
Nice, buddy. I'll bring Wolfenstein down.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to try that out.
Gibbons. So yeah, there's some Dead Island Syndrome predictions coming at you.
There you go. And that kind of, but not really, is Fonz or Phoenix.
I think that was a Fonz, buddy.
Could well be a Fonz.
Or a Phoenix, because it's a shit game. Who knows?
We shall see. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week.
It's that exciting time, buddy, at the end of the month when we find out what's on Games with Gold, and PS Plus. Are you ready?
Games for Gold. It's like cash for gold. It's like I own the shop. Games for Gold. Bring me your gold.
Games for Gold.
I'll give you some games. Yeah, cool.
It's the only currency we accept in Games for Gold, buddy.
So, what's available for Games for Gold, or in Games for Gold this week? Or this month even?
Okay, yes. August's Games for Gold on Xbox Live. On the Xbox One, we have the Banner Saga 2 and Tumblestone. And on the 360, but also obviously the Xbox One, we have Rainbow Six, Vegas 2,
Woo!
And Tron Evolution.
Banner Saga 2. Very jealous about that, I must say.
Yes,
I'd like to
that's
play
a
that.
cool
But
game.
then again, I'd rather play Banner Saga before playing the second one. I would think.
Yeah, I guess so. It's very cheap on Steam that now, so it could be worth you having a little look at that, maybe.
Maybe I might pick that up. Who knows?
Vegas 2 there as well, of course.
Big old fan favourite there. By fans, I mean me and you. We are fans.
Yeah. They love that crap in Malaysia. We're all
What's
about
Tumblestone? Is it anything?
It's nothing you want to be worrying about there, buddy.
Okay, and Tron Evo is terrible.
Similarly
So
pointless game.
Yay! So, buddy, this is what we need to know. What is our PS Plus games for next month? Will I be slitting my wrists?
Okay, we have Fury. I think it's Fury. I don't think it's Furry. So we go Fury, Furi. Saints Row Get Out of Hell and the Paragon Starter Pack for the PS4. For the PS3, you get Fat Princesses, Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. And on the Vita, you get Prince of Persia Revelations and Oeshika Tainted Bloodlines.
Ooh.
What do you reckon? What are your initial impressions there?
Okay, I guess. I mean, it's not the worst month. I've looked at buying Saints Row a couple of times. Hopefully it's going to be better than, 2 and 3 on the PC, which was terrible playing that co-op. So hopefully that could be quite fun. I'm not too fussed about Fury or Fury, whatever it's called, or the Paragon starter pack. Couldn't give a fuck about that, buddy, because you said it was shit, and I trust you. I bereave.
Yeah, it's a mixture. I think Get Out of Hell could be really fun if the multiplayer actually works. Then that could be really enjoyable fun to play through.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be like just mindless fun, which is, I like that. It's a good time.
Fury looks really good. I've been watching some gameplay of that, and it's kind of like an isometric, sort of over-the-top camera, but it's like a sort of hack and slash. It's got a full campaign, but also like deathmatch levels that are in like arenas, like sort of top-down arenas.
Okay, that could be a giggle.
Kind of Tron-y, but looks cool. Paragon, they can't get people to fucking play that game. Like they're doing everything they can, Epic, to get people to play Paragon. It's fucking dull. It's a shit dull MOBA, and I signed up for the beta and I've been bombarded ever since with the game's now available to buy, but you can do it for this weekend. Oh, you can play Paragon free all week. Play Paragon free through the month of July. It's just embarrassing. It really is.
I'm alright, thanks.
So yeah, you can pretty much discount that. It's the starter pack. I think you get
there's loads of them on the store, like Warframe and shit like that.
Yeah.
That new one, Pirates of the Sea or whatever it's called, that looks shit as well.
It's another MOBA. It's just people trying to cash in, and they just don't understand. Like, if I wanted to play a MOBA, I would play Dota or League of Legends.
Exactly.
Why would I play anything else?
A good one. Yeah, one that works really well. Excited about Prince of Persia. That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
On the Vita.
Cheeky Vita game.
I'm going away on holiday at the end of next month for a week, so yeah, that would be nice.
Some sort of holish lay.
Yeah, buddy. Going away up Whitby area for a week, nice. So unfortunately, buddy, I don't know what we're going to do about the podcast that week, mate.
No, we'll work something out, buddy.
We'll sort it out. We'll do something. Cool.
So yeah, those are your games for gold and PS Plus. Not much to separate them, I don't think. Banner Saga 2 is a really cool one.
Yeah, I think like that's the one that out of all of those, that's the one I would really like to play, just because it looks really interesting.
Yeah, the month will hinge on that Fury, I think. If that goes down well, then it'll feel like it was a good month. If it doesn't, then it will feel like a bad one.
Yeah, I think so.
But either way, we will move on to the rest of the stuff that's out this week. We have the Banner Saga 2 is coming out on PS4. You'll just have to pay for it, unfortunately. Energy Hook is coming out on the PS4. This is from the makers of the Spider-Man games, like the old PS2 ones, where you could kind of fly between skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah,
it's basically a game centered around the sort of swinging mechanic from the Spider-Man games. I don't know whether it's going to be any good or not, but that's out on PS4 this week anyway.
Cool.
Fury is also coming out on PC. We have Lost Sea on the PS4. This is a top-down action adventure slasher. It's sort of set in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight. Also, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. 10, 11, 12, 13 on PS4 and PC.
It is. XIII.
It's some sort of weird medieval warfare real-time strategy game with elements of third-person battling. It looked to me from, albeit a 15-minute video, that's the research I've done for this, it looks
it's more than me, buddy.
It looks like Total War, but once you are sort of about to win a battle, then you have like a third-person boss battle with the leader of the other army.
Okay. Sounds different.
Don't know, mate. Looks ropey as fuck, but it's coming out on PS4, which is interesting. That it's a strategy game coming out on the PlayStation. So I look forward to the reviews on that one.
Yeah, dog shit.
We've got The Room 2 out on PC. This is a well-known favourite mobile puzzler. Arrives on PC this week. Castle Storm. This is a I've written
that's
shit
been out
tower
for
defense
fucking
game.
ages, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. It's one of these tower defense, like 2D side-scrolling games. It's coming out in VR, the Rift and Gear VR this week.
I think I played that on the Vita, Castle Storm.
Yeah, you did. I remember you talking about it before.
It was okay.
It's fine. We have Inside, which came out last week on the Xbox. It's coming out this week on the PC. This is from the guys who made Limbo. It's getting rave reviews across the board. I've seen several 10 out of 10 reviews for this today. So
I think I might have to pick that up.
I think you will. Yeah, absolutely. Like that could be well worth a punt. One of these.
I think it's £15 on Steam at the moment, so it's not too bad.
Sounds like a bit of a bargain.
Gibbons.
Allegedly, Carmageddon Max Damage is out this week on the Xbox One and the PS4. This has been delayed several times, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of that at all. I've said before, huge fan of the Carmageddon series, but I've heard terrible things and seen terrible things at shows about this. So we'll see on that one. But that's supposed to be out this week. And finally, Hawken is out on the Xbox One and PS4. This is a free-to-play mech game. I think this is probably worth a look for us.
I think so. I've seen a couple of videos of it. It seems pretty cool. I'm definitely going to give it a go. See what happens.
Ripe for VR as well, that I think. So
yeah, totally.
That could be one to watch.
Gibbons, buddy, and that's out this week.
Sure is.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Can't wait for July.
Yo. Yeah.
Can we just skip it?
We just skip July.
Yeah. We just
See
skip
you in
July.
August. Frack off. And now it's time for the JfG Top 5. Just for gamers, top 5.
What's the what's the top five this week, buddy?
This is one of yours again, buddy. Thank you so much for this. It saved me having to think of one. It's a solid one. It really is. This is the top 5 game-changing game mechanics.
I like that as a title.
Beautiful thing, buddy. So yeah, this is game changers, stuff that, mechanics that have been implemented in games that have resonated in the industry and are, standard fare at this point. Like, there's a lot of this happened. Proper, true innovation is kind of sort of slow and a bit rare in games, but yeah, we've got some cracking examples here, buddy.
Definitely, buddy. I mean, first one that I thought of was the old regen health in Halo, buddy.
Indeed. And shooters all through my childhood, and it was always the way, wasn't it? It was health pickups. It was a health bar, or usually a number at the bottom of the screen, and had to look out for pickups. And Halo was the first one to really properly introduce this whole idea of get out of harm's way for a bit and let your health charge back up so that you're not constantly looking for collectibles. Conversely,
at the time, I thought this was absolutely brilliant, and it was so good. You could start using cover properly to regain your health. But it really hit home when we started playing Doom this year, and I was like, wow, I've totally forgotten that health pickups were even a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's the thing, isn't it, really? It's got to the stage now where I still think that the way that Halo implemented it was a good thing for first-person shooters.
Definitely. I think so.
But there hasn't been... Everyone kind of forgot the context there. So all of a sudden, all games had that, rather than just the ones that it suited. And... Doom's been a wonderful breath of fresh air, because you don't want to be hiding in an arcade shooter like that. Whereas a war game like Battlefield, it makes sense, or well, it doesn't happen in Battlefield, does it? But in the single player, it does. But
yes, in the single player,
yeah.
But yeah, you got your health packs for that, buddy, which is kind of the same thing, isn't it? Chuck that down, start getting your health back. But yeah, the second one that I kind of remember was I think it was called like active reload, or the quick reload button in Gears of War. Where you hit it perfectly and it did it quicker, or you got like your ammo was like twice as powerful for like what you had. So your new ammo that you put in was twice as powerful, kind of thing, or a percentage powerful. And it was like a mini game for me. I kind of remember it like it became second habit very quickly after playing the game. But at the beginning, I was like watching the line move, and I was like, oh wait, bam, got it, nailed it. And it was just satisfying, you got like a better sound. The animation moved quicker, whereas if you fucked it up, it'd be like, oh no, blah, kind of thing, which was a really cool little thing to put in games. And it was Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront again, using that kind of style of quick reload that kind of reminded me of it after playing it on Friday, because obviously it's got the hit the button for the quicker cooldown kind of thing.
Yes,
which is cool.
Yeah, this very elegant, this whole idea, and one of those ideas where you've played it for sort of 5 or 6 hours and you're wondering why no one had ever done it before.
Yeah, totally.
It's a really clever idea, and it's popped up in various games since. I would say it's the biggest like lasting legacy from Gears of War, to be honest, is that system. And very clever and very cool. And yeah, it was weird how it became second nature. Like, after a while, you just got the timing right. It's almost like knowing how long to hold the button down to fire a goal on PES. Like, you just knew when to hit it without even looking anymore. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, true. Yeah, definitely. You're right. But yeah, number 3, another choice of mine. I just put it in there as the portal gun, buddy. I mean, that was a game-changing game mechanic for me. That melted my brain.
It was mind-bending, wasn't it? The portal gun.
Oh, so good. So when it went right, it was so satisfying. Like doing some of those like difficult puzzles, like and even like some of the user-created maps that we played on PC. Like doing those, it was just like this is just amazing. Especially like when you throw in the co-op element to it as well. So you're like, I got to think about this, but then he's got to think about doing that at the same time. It's just so good. So good.
Yeah, just a complete game changer, and allowed them to create puzzles that no one had even had the capacity to think of before, let alone actually program, and just made for incredibly addictive gameplay. I thought Portal 2, one of my favorite games of last gen, and I mean it's even spawned like tribute videos. You can go on YouTube and find loads of amateur videos of people using the portal gun and After Effects and stuff. It's become quite an institution, and I hope they revisit it sometime.
Gibbons, buddy. Me too. The next one was your choice here.
Yeah, I thought this kind of stretched on from the portal gun, and that's the Source engine. When Half-Life 2 came out and had this game engine that was unlike anything else that I'd ever seen, that was just a really powerful physics engine, and games just hadn't really achieved that up until that point. But one of the reasons the portal gun was so clever was because of the Source engine, because of the real-life physics that it was able to create. The sort of puzzles in Portal where you've got to put a portal down the bottom of a hole and then a portal above you, and you gain momentum, to jump to clear a gap, or the ones where you've got different fluids and paint and that sort of thing, and it was all physics-based. Just the whole thing, like the way that in Half-Life 2 that you could just pick everything up. And I know they were so proud of that engine, and they had every right to be. It was just a complete game changer to me. Like, you could pick up trash in Half-Life 2. Like, everything was suddenly... you were able to interact with it, and it just made a massive difference to everything going forwards, and a real lasting legacy.
Gibbons, buddy, you're totally right. I mean, like, physics-based stuff, like, that's clearly changed the way how games, are played in a 3D environment. It just makes everything better.
Yeah, I mean, I remember up until that point playing stuff like the old Jedi Knight games where anything that was picked up or moved, it just like slowly dropped to the floor. It never nothing could roll over. There was no gravity in play. And then this just suddenly changed everything. And, you look back at Half-Life 2, stuff like getting the gravity gun in that and picking up like saw blades and firing them through people and cutting people in half. Like it just changed everything. Absolutely changed everything.
Gibbons, buddy, good choice. Now, I've literally just thrown this in, like, this second. And it was only because we were talking about Gears of War, and I couldn't remember this earlier, but the cover system, buddy, being able to use cover like that was a massive game changer. Other games that are using this, like, I remember, chatting with like some of my mates at uni about like the cover system like in Uncharted and also in Gears and which one came first or whatever. I'm sure there was probably games before that did that, but I just remember that being like a big debate that we had. I think being able to have this cover system, especially like now how the Division have used it, I feel like that's one of the best cover systems, especially cover to cover systems, by holding down the button and swiftly moving to where you want to go. That has like made games so much more fun, I would say.
It's the satisfaction of being able to snap into stuff as well. Like that was kind of the go-to thing in the 360 era. Of course, I think I would take a punt at Metal Gear. The first Metal Gear was probably the first cover shooter, was it not? Like I can't think of anything that would have come before then.
True.
That was, that game was all about that sort of thing. But yeah, as you say, like Ubi have kind of nailed it. And one of the reasons that we don't get on with Rainbow Siege is, as Funk has said and you've said in the past, it just doesn't feel like Vegas, doesn't feel like Rainbow without that snap to cover option in there. And
it's just not there, and that saddens me.
Gears did a great job of it. Uncharted does a good job of it as well. It is a massive game changer. It absolutely is.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much the top 5. I had a comedy one of putting the bucket on an NPC heads in Skyrim, but
it's pretty special.
Yeah, I liked doing that. So like you go up to a vendor who's in his shop, put a bucket on his head, and then you could just nick all of his stuff.
Did that actually work? Yeah,
it's a thing, buddy. I think it was in Oblivion before, and I remember seeing like when Skyrim came out on Reddit or something. I think it was Reddit, and some guy just pops a bucket over the guy's head, and he was like, "So this still works," kind of thing.
Well, that's a sign of a good physics engine, if you ask me. That it knows that the eyes are obscured, and you can nick all his shit.
Exactly, buddy. That's what it's there for.
Nice. Well, cool, buddy, and a nice idea for a list. That's our top 5 game-changing game mechanics: regen health, active reload, portal gun, the source engine, and cover.
Nice.
And now it's time for Many Moons Ago. Many moons ago.
When are we going, buddy? When are we going?
I'll tell you when we're going, buddy. We're going back to the 8th of July, 2009, which saw the release of Battlefield 1943 on the Xbox 360.
One of the worst releases I can remember, I would say.
Yes, it came out on the 8th of July. It was at least 3 weeks afterwards that we actually got into a game and played it.
Yeah, properly.
Just a terrible launch. Absolutely atrocious launch of a game.
But when it worked, buddy, what a fuck ton of fun.
It was loads of fun. It felt like a sort of more cartoony Battlefield game. Had a bit of Bad Company about it. It was World War II, and that felt really fresh because it had been a little while since we had
the bolt action rifles buddies were so good.
Yeah, the maps were a little bit smaller, and that kind of suited it as well. There was excitement as well because this was the first big game, like the closest you'll get to a AAA release on like Xbox Live Arcade. Like this was one of the very first digital only like big guns to come out on the 360 or PS3, and launched appallingly badly, but once it worked, it was so good, and we must have played like 100 hours of that thing over many game nights, buddy.
I just found it so much fun and so satisfying. It was all nice and brightly coloured on the beaches. Oh, it was lovely. But I still, to this day, like pretty much remember. Was it 3 maps? I can definitely remember 3 maps. There was like the horseshoe one. There's one with like a massive mountain, and then a aircraft carrier area down the other end. And the other one was just like a weird island where you just ran at each other, which was cool. I just have really fond memories of this game. I remember like running over certain areas of the map, like blatting people and stuff. It was a very cool Battlefield game, and Battlefield games are cool, buddy. They're coming back.
It was the first multiplayer Battlefield that I played as well.
Was it?
Yeah, because I missed Bad Company, didn't I? I was at uni, and so I missed out on that one. I played the demo of Bad Company too, but this was the first multiplayer game that from DICE that I played, and as you say, like it sounds stupid because it's a war game, but it felt kind of almost light-hearted. It just felt a little bit arcadey and cartoony, and it was just really fun. It just felt, and it was just carnage. Like as you say, like I've got very fond memories of the Conquest on this because it just felt like complete carnage. You could just scud about in a Jeep and just have like an absolute...
That was the thing, like you get in one of those Jeeps and you can go all around the map, or like, you get in a tank and stuff and just start blatting the crap out of everyone. It had it all, buddy. It was cool. Wake Island.
Oh, was that the one that you were trying to remember the name of?
Yeah, so good. That was definitely my favourite, I would say.
Did they add a air superiority map as well, like later on, and the way that you unlocked it was a
community-based challenge or something, wasn't it?
It was kills or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, like, I'm sure it was.
Once it hit like a certain number of kills, then it unlocked the next map.
Yeah, it was very good. It was just such a good game, mate. Seriously.
Yeah, this was the Coral Sea Community Challenge, in which the community combined had to get to 43 million kills, and when they did, this air superiority map was released. And again, it's another thing that I just hadn't really come across before, and therefore seemed really fresh and really cool at the time.
It was. I like the fact that it was nice and simple as well. You didn't have to go into loads of different details of all your different guns and loadouts. It was just like choice of 3 people. Who you gonna be? Pick it. Off you go. I like that. I'm not a big fan of Battlefield 4's immense amount of guns and attachments, especially the way that they unlock as well. I don't like that. That's just me having a bit of a rant, but yeah. I like simplicity and fun. Fact.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we get older as well, I find myself getting less and less patient with intricate systems and having to learn whole databases and so on. I just can't be fucked anymore. So this was a good one. Reviewed well too. Metacritic score 84 at the moment. Still running on PC, and lots of people still playing it on PC, I'd imagine. But
Gibbons.
But yeah, it's worth reiterating that this had one of the worst launches of all time, because this was a multiplayer only game, and Hugely hyped for being this AAA release coming out digital only on Xbox Live. And it literally didn't work for like a long time. Like, I think we sporadically were getting into games a few days later and then getting kicked, and we persevered far more than we would do these days. But it was a full 3 or 4 weeks before everything was kind of stable and they had enough servers online. They were completely overwhelmed, and it was pretty crazy. And nothing much has changed since then. Every time a Battlefield game comes out, it launches fucked. So
Totally.
this game taught them everything they know by the looks of things. But once it worked, it was a fabulous, fabulous game.
Gibbons, buddy. That was a good choice.
Gibbons, that was the 8th of July 2009, which saw the release of Battlefield 1943. And now it's time for the JfG quiz.
JfG quiz.
So my turn this week, buddy. I haven't got you a football quiz. I've thought of something different. And, you know, we've been talking about Dead Island Syndrome this week. And so you're going to be getting the Deadly Zombie quiz. And there are no questions about the Walking Dead game, as it is not a game.
Nice, like it, and agree.
Okay. Gibbons, buddy. So it's all about games with zombies in them, because you know I love zombies. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, hopefully you played this game, because I definitely did. Question number 1. In the classic 90s game, Zombies Ate My Neighbours, how did you get over walls? Was it with a ladder, a trampoline, or climbing trees?
I did not play this game, and I've never heard of it before, so this will be a guess.
That's a shame, buddy. You missed out. It's good fun. I believe it was a 93 release. What would be the most fun way?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the dumb one. I'll go for trampolines.
Correct, buddy. It was trampolines.
Trampoline. Nice.
It's brilliant. You used to bounce over them and shit. Get away from those pesky zombies.
I think that was the era of that sort of people had discovered the bouncing mechanic properly. I remember a game called Sleepwalker where you played as a dog.
Yeah.
Stopping some kid from walking into stuff as he was sleepwalking, and that had a lot of trampolining involved.
Nice. Aero the Acrobat, another one with trampolines. But anyway. Question number 2, buddy. How many types of zombie were there in our favourite Dead Island Syndrome game, Dead Island? Was it 7, 8, or 9? So we're talking about the different types of zombies, you know. Retarded, speedy ones, fatties.
It's going to be a guess. I'm not going to be able to.
No, I don't think there's any way of like actually knowing this. But can you remember any of the ones from Dead Island? What types
you had your
there were?
standard shambling ones, then you had your running ones.
Yeah, it's 2.
Would like ones that have like lost their legs count as another version? The crawling ones, or are they just?
I think they're just the
versions?
standard ones that lost their legs.
Okay, then you got the really big ones, like the giant
ones.
ones.
The tanky ones, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 3. Then you've got... there were fatty ones in there, weren't there?
I think there were some fatty ones.
Some bloaty ones.
There's ones with, like, knives for arms. That was weird.
Yeah. I'll go straight down the middle. I'll go with 8, buddy.
Oh, 7, buddy.
Oh, well...
But yeah, there was the Walker, the Infected, the Thug, the Suicider, the Ram, the Floater, and the Butcher.
That's it. Yeah.
Pat Butcher.
Classic Pat Butcher.
Gibbons. Question number 3, buddy. What do you use to... God, I cannot talk in this quiz, can I? Question number 3. What do you use to turn a zombie villager back into a villager? in Minecraft? Is it a cooked fish? Some bread? Or is it a golden apple?
It's got to be that golden apple, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. Give him a splash potion of weakness and then shove that golden apple in his face.
Yes. Good stuff.
Nicely
Was there
done,
a
buddy.
trophy for that or something?
There is a trophy for that as well, and we did it.
Oh, good old Minecraft.
Gibbons, buddy. It's got zombies in. Had to be in there. Question numero quattro. In the fast-paced co-op zombie shooter game Left 4 Dead, what is the name given to the fat zombie that pukes on you? Is it the boomer, the smoker, or the spitter?
That's going to be the boomer, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy, because he goes kaboom.
Yeah, that's a fucking great game, isn't it?
Very good game. Enjoyed that a lot. Lots of fun. Nicely done, buddy. Doing good so far. Now,
Yeah.
final question. This is for 4 out of 5. Question number 5. What is the name of the main character in the incredibly funny Dead Rising? Is it Jimmy East? Is it Frank West? Or is it Drew South?
Drew South is a cracking name.
I know.
And I did love Due South.
That's where it came from.
But I'm going to
Big
go
fan.
with Frank West, buddy.
Gibbons, buddy. It was the photographer and media mogul Frank West. Don't know if that's a word,
Nice.
mogul. But yeah, buddy, nicely done. You smashed it on the zombie quiz, or the deadly zombie quiz, with a 4 out of 5, buddy. Nicely
Nice.
done.
Nice, B. Good quiz.
Gibbons, buddy. I loved zombies. What can I say? I thought it was quite fitting with the Dead Islands, and we've talked a lot about zombies, to be honest.
Yeah, and 7 Days to Die coming out as well.
Exactly. That was another reason why I picked zombies. There you go.
Nicely done.
Gibbons.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Backward corner with funk. Backward corner with funk. He's got some questions for funk.
Has he got some questions, buddy?
He does, buddy, and he's on topic as well. This seems absolutely like right on brand for this week's episode. Funk says, "What's around the corner in game terms? What should I be saving my pennies for? Give me something to get all juiced up about in the next few months."
It's fucking No Man's Sky, mate.
Yeah, boy. I've made a little list. This is the stuff
I'm getting the
excited
hype
about.
in now, so I win the competition, buddy.
So yeah, I've made a little list of stuff that may interest you in the coming months. Do you think this is a bit weaker this year than previous years, like the build up towards Christmas? Or is it just me imagining it?
I'm looking at the list, and I'm happy with it.
It's pretty strong, isn't it? It is quite
I
strong.
mean, there's no Assassin's Creed, which I'm disappointed about. But there is Watch Dogs 2. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But no, yeah, I think there's a nice bit of variety in here than the normal stuff that's kicking about. Well, addition to the normal stuff, which is cool. And yeah, like I said, No Man's Sky, that's going to be kicking off beginning of August. We've got a big old shunt team favourite of F1 2016 coming out.
Yes.
One of your favourites, Deus Ex Mankind and whatever it is.
Mankind Divided. Yes.
There you go.
Looks great. Well up for that.
Gibbons, buddy. We got Asso Akota Racing.
Yes. Everyone's
or
favourite
Assetto
new.
Corsa.
Gibbons. That's August. It's a big one, August.
Yeah, and you've just put it in there, old, because you're trying to get the hype for it now, I guess, aren't you? Old Verdun.
Yeah, it's in my best interests, buddy.
Yeah, you need to get people buying that stuff.
World War One shooter, the first coming out this year for Dune.
Yeah, sack off Battlefield 1. That's rubbish. Let's play this. September, you got XCOM 2. I know the Funk was a big fan of XCOM, so this is right up his alley, I would say. And
yeah, I think he'll
possibly
definitely...
even ours?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really like the first game that much, if I'm honest.
Fair dues.
But I don't know. I mean, it's a good multiplayer game, so not sure about that one. But Funk will certainly be interested in that.
We shall see. Now, Mafia 3, buddy. I have ignored this game completely, but it got thrusted upon my eyes during the shitfest of England versus Ireland at half-time. I was like, wow, what's this game? This looks ace. Mafia 3, buddy. A little bit excited.
This could be great.
I know.
It really could be fabulous. I don't know if it will be or not, but it looks the business, and there's so many different facets to it. It looks like one of the biggest budget games I've ever seen in my life, and it could be an absolute smash hit. It's right in Funk's wheelhouse as well in terms of the characterization and everything. So yeah, I'm quietly excited about Mafia 3.
I think I am too. You know, I'm not going to shout it from the rooftops. I'm just going to, could be a sleeper hit. This.
See how things play out. But yes, it does look the business, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, you've put this down. I'm not too sure about this, but I guess it is something you could save your pennies for. It's going to be quite expensive.
Yeah, this is PlayStation VR, and I certainly don't think Funk's just going to go and splooge out on the VR headset, but at the same time, there's a fairly big thing coming out in October, so I think it warranted a mention. But
Gibbons.
But yes, that is out in between Mafia 3 and Battlefield 1, which is another one I'm sure Funk will be very interested in.
I feel like I'm going to buy this day one,
Yeah, I might still be playing Verdun, buddy, so I'm not sure if I'll be interested in Battlefield 1.
To be honest, I might be playing that as well, buddy. So yeah, maybe I might have to hold off. We shall see. We've got Titanfall 2 as well after that. Kind of a little bit excited about that. Not being able to play the first Titanfall was a bit of a kick to the dick, I would say. But this one looks very promising. Looks very cool from what we saw at E3, I must say.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got like a ridiculous 2 to 3 week period here where you get Battlefield 1 followed by Titanfall 2. Then Infinite Warfare comes out with the Modern Warfare remaster. And then shortly after that, Dishonored 2 comes out as well. So you've got the 4 biggest shooters of the year all launching within about 3 weeks of each other. And you'd be kind of take your pick from that lot, to be honest. I quite liked the look of Infinite Warfare from the E3 footage that I saw, but I suspect that was all single player stuff, which is
that's the
irrelevant.
thing.
And it depends how they implement that into the multiplayer, isn't it?
Yeah, I think in my mind frame right now, I would go Battlefield, Titanfall. No, I'm disregarding Dishonored because that's single player. I would go Battlefield, Titanfall, then COD. In my mind, that is my order for those 3.
Yeah, I for some reason I'm not particularly excited about Titanfall 2. Having seen a bit of it, I'm kind of I don't know what I was expecting, and it looks more of the same, and it looks great, but for some reason, it's just not really doing anything for me at this point. But there's plenty of time for that hype train to chug along down the track, buddy.
Definitely, buddy. Like you said, Dishonored 2.
Yeah, one of my favourites, Dishonored. Loved that game, and
yeah.
This looks absolutely wonderful as well. I'm really excited for Dishonored 2.
Gibbons. I mentioned it earlier, Watch Dogs 2 is after that. I mean, you just don't know. It could be brilliant, or it could be absolute balls.
It's got 8 out of 10 all over it, that thing. It'll come down to what the multiplayer does, That's going to be what the thing is for us, I think. Yeah,
definitely. And finally, something that I am definitely going to get, and that is South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
Gibbons, buddy. That's the perfect Christmas game, buddy. Christmas cheer with South Park.
And don't forget, if you pre-order that on the PlayStation Store, unfortunately now you have to pay for it now. But then again, that means you've already bought the game. I know. I mean, pre-ordering stuff and buying stuff before a game's coming out, that's not what we're about. But the good thing is, if you do that, you get South Park: The Stick of Truth, which I really, really, really want to play through again.
And is there any deadline on that perk? Or
I have no idea.
You pre-order it like the day
so.
before the Fractured Butthole comes out and you're still gravy. I think that would probably be fine.
I'm pretty sure that, because it's the same. If you do it with like Amazon or whoever, like a disc-based thing, I think you just get a code in the game case itself.
Nice.
That's what I've read up on anyway. So I guess I think it's just going to be a thing when the game's released. Don't quote me on that or anything, because I know no truth. But what I feel will happen is that's just going to be bundled with the game.
Makes sense. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. And they do so much enjoy putting the second bit of stuff on a code so that you can't make quite so much off of trade-ins as well. I noticed when I was in game the other day, someone had traded in the Dead Island Definitive Edition, which I think Dead Island, the remaster of Dead Island is on the disc, but Riptide is actually a code, and Game was selling it second hand for like £35, and on the front of the box it said does not include Riptide, where obviously the code had been used already. So
that's terrible.
That's something shitty to watch out for going forward, buddies.
Terrible.
So
that's games to look forward to, isn't it, buddy?
There's plenty to get your teeth stuck into there. Obviously, we didn't mention the par for the course standard shit. Like, we didn't mention a football game. Obviously, that's on the cards as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to lots of stuff coming out. No Man's Sky, F1, Mafia. I'm quietly confident about.
Yeah.
Dishonored 2 and South Park. If all of those games were good and everything else was shit, I'd still be happy. That's fine. That'd do me for the rest of the year. So
totally agreed.
So start saving those pennies, buddies. Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com, or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Correspondence.
What's the word on the street, buddy? What's the happy haps?
We got a couple of bits from JJ this week, so let's get stuck into those. Cool. And his first one refers to Funk's question from last week. About value. Obviously, it was a bit of an interesting one, and we had a bit of a debate about it, and here's JJ weighing in for us. Kind of thinking about Funk's question last week, thinking of value of games and sticking with them, wondering why I will finish certain games and not others. I played through Gone Home and went back to see some of the things that I missed. I was intrigued by a game as an art form. Shadow of Mordor, on the other hand, had fantastic gameplay, but about 3 hours in I was, I get this, chop off a head, ooh, now I can blow up the head, rinse, repeat, with no real purpose. Gone Home was basically free, and I spent more time with it. I find that it's more the time I have to spend playing is more important than the cash value or even gameplay. Though I have about 900 hours in Battlefield 4, so gameplay with friends probably tops the list. Sorry, not a question, agreed. JJ. So yes, just weighing in, and I can kind of see where he's coming from there, buddy.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. I mean, like, if I've had enough of a game, nowadays, I would definitely call it a day on that and just not play it. I'd rather play something either, like he says, is I'm interested in, or secondly, more than likely, I'm going to play with my mates, and that's what it's all about, really, for me, is playing with my buddies.
Gibbons, I mean, it's been a while since I've had to buy games full price outright on my own, so that might have skewed things for me, but I certainly feel like at the stage I'm at now as a gamer, I'm more likely to give up on something and say, like, fuck getting my money's worth. Like, I'm far more willing to just, like, jack something in now and cut my losses than I used to be when I was trying to rinse fucking as much value as possible out of stuff.
Totally.
Whether that's the fact that my outlay is lower, I don't know. But yeah, interesting stuff all the same.
Gibbons.
So finally, and also from JJ, he says, I was recently playing The Crew and whatever racing game from PS Plus. I couldn't stand games with ultra real calibration and such, but I enjoyed a Ridge Racer with buddies in my day. Not opposed to a more mature racer, but what do you recommend for the novice on current gen? I don't mind a little tweaking, but balls deep probably don't have time for. Is the answer to this question Drive Club, buddy?
That's the game that I thought immediately. I was like, yeah Drive Club. It's simmy, but incredibly arcadey at the same time.
Yes. I think probably Drive Club is your best bet. You can also...
And plus, it's ridiculously cheap.
Super cheap and masses of content. This is a really fun game. If you were an Xbox gamer, I'd be saying Forza Horizon at you right now.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
The closest you'll get on the PlayStation to that is probably Drive Club.
Or Trackmania, buddy.
Trackmania, yeah, I don't really class that as a racing game exactly.
No, it's not. It's like Trials.
It's more Trials-y, yeah.
With four wheels, like not two.
Quick rinse and repeat gameplay rather than actual proper like road driving. I mean, Project Cars is a good one as well because although it's quite simmy and it's kind of po-faced, there's a lot of very easy to drive cars on there and loads of tracks and content and stuff. But yeah, best bet at the moment for arcade racing, probably Drive Club. Just a shame about that frame rate, but you know, it kind of works for it.
That would be a read. It looks cool and plays well. That's the main thing.
I mean, it might be worth taking a punt on F1 once the new one comes out, because I don't believe that that's a particularly hard game. Like, it just feels very different to like road driving and stuff. But it's certainly the most exhilarating and the most fun racing game on the consoles. But yeah, probably Drive Club for your arcade stuff, certainly if you liked Ridge Racer in the past.
Gibbons, buddy. Totally agree.
So thanks very much for your input, JJ. And cheers to Funk as well. So before we jip off, buddy, I have remembered that we were running some sort of competition, weren't we?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Got some high numbers on iTunes right now that have entered the competition since it started. A big 2, you know.
Well, you say that, but actually, it turns out that when someone writes us an iTunes review, that is country specific. So I spent the better part of this afternoon going through the iTunes of each different country, and we've got a few more reviews than you thought.
Shit, really?
Yeah, like...
Are we in double figures?
We certainly are, yes. But
Fucker. Wow.
Like, for example, like JJ's reviews are, you have to literally change your iTunes to the US store to see the reviews that JJ's written for us.
Well, that is incredibly dumb.
It certainly is, especially when you consider there's like 50 different countries, and obviously being thorough, I needed to go through all of them. So
well played, sir.
Either way, I am on miniwebtool.com/random-name-picker.
Whoa, my favourite.
I frequent this website, of course, buddy. Why wouldn't you? And I have inputted all of the names, and I have a button that says pick a random name.
Holy shit. Have you put in the names multiple times? If they put in multiple times, though.
Yes.
Because it's only fair, buddy. They put in the effort.
That's true. We said that was the case. So, for example, JJ's in there 3 times. Dan's
Skills.
in there twice as well.
Yeah, he's in there twice. I saw that.
Johnny Briggs off the bill is in there
He's
as
in
well.
there, mate. He's in there. I didn't go for it. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I don't want this shitty decal.
The chances are I will pick another name if Johnny Briggs does come out of the bill.
Nobody. That's the rules. He's in there.
Seeing as he is an actor who doesn't know that he's entered the competition.
Come on, then. Stop fucking lollygagging. Press the button.
Picking a random name is Dan.
And he's done it. Congratulations, Dan.
Friend of the podcast, Dan, you have won the JfG official PS4 controller decal, my friend.
Good news. That saves us on shipping, buddy.
It certainly does, buddy.
That is not why we picked... Oh, well, it was a random choice. We didn't have a choice.
Gibbons just popped out.
So, yeah, I will... we need to get some details of what he wants on his thing, and I'll get them made up and, yeah, sent out. I'll probably just send them to you. That'd be the easiest thing.
That makes perfect sense, as I work with Dan, and I'll ask him what he wants on the controller in the morning when I see him.
Yeah, nice.
So,
You'll spoil the surprise of the podcast, though, buddy. Unless he's listening now, live.
Well,
in that case, congrats.
I'll be tentative tomorrow, buddy, and I'll see whether he was listening or not. And if he wasn't, then I won't say anything.
Okay, good shout. It's all over. We're going to have to plan a new one then.
We are, and we'll also have to consider perhaps making that purchasable to other people as well in the future, maybe in a couple of months' time, so that people can actually get their hands on decals if they want. But this is going to be a one-of-a-kind thing for our old friend of the podcast, Dan. So reasons to
limited
be
edition. One
Gibbons,
of one.
buddy. We'll put like a number 1 on it or something, and then no one can take that shit away from you.
Gibbons.
So yeah, there you go.
Job done.
So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 66. Have you had a nice time? It's been a good one, I think.
Yeah, buddy. I've started on a lot of words, which I'm proud of. You know,
That's okay, buddy. I'm diagonal and at 3 frames per second, so, you know.
that's what I said. It was throwing me off from the beginning, but it's all your fault. Being a bit
absolutely
gassy as well tonight, you know.
Well, that can happen, to be honest.
Yeah,
that really can happen.
There's been some good chat. I'm excited about my tablet coming home, or a new tablet coming home. I'm very much looking forward to that. Hopefully this one won't fuck up again, but who knows? It's Chinese, but like you said last time, they're all made in China these days, so what's the difference?
Exactly, buddy.
But yeah, buddy, I've had a lovely time discussing this week's games with you. Thank you very much.
Gibbons B, no worries. And I'm quietly considering some sort of cheeky little, perhaps slot-in segment that we could maybe record while we're at PJ's for the Shunt reunion, buddy. Get PJ and Funk on the show, perhaps, for a little 10-minute segment. Maybe do some sort of fuckwit corner to slot into episode 67 or 8.
That is crazy talk.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
I'm all about it.
We could do that. I mean, that does mean
gibbon.
like pre-planning stuff here, and I don't know if we can follow through with that. You know, it's dangerous.
We've had trouble with following through in the past, buddy, but it gets worse as you get older, I think.
I believe so.
What are we going to play now?
PES.
I'm well up for that as well. Isn't it bad? We should be playing other things, but I don't want to. I just want to do some fucking football.
Oh no, if it was out, we probably would be playing 7 Days to Die, and if the reviews were good about it, that's what we'd be playing. But it's not out yet, buddy. It's not out till the 1st, which is dumb. I thought it was out on the 28th. I'm sure it was.
Someone changed the fucking date there, because I think you're absolutely right. I think it's come out in other regions, and we just haven't got it yet for some reason. But
yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway, PES.
PES it is. Thank you very, very much for listening, everybody. You can find us at www.justforgamers.co.uk. Our Facebook is Facebook.com/the JfG Podcast. You can find us on Twitter. Our whatchamacallit handle is at the JfG Podcast.
Jizz handle.
SoundCloud. We are soundcloud.com/justforgamers. You can find us on YouTube by searching the JfG Podcast. You can find us on your PlayStation by going to Communities and searching for the JfG Podcast. We're on Stitcher, we're on other places, and so on and so forth, and more, and it's a real struggle, I have to say.
It's a
but
fucking
we're also on
ball ache.
Google Plus. We're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. Hope you have a really good week. We will catch you next time. I have been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JfG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JfG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.